let's come back to the other business that you are running, LaLoka Labs. So since there is K in the name, so initially I did not recognize it, but later I recognized that it's Spanish, the crazy labs. How did you came up with the name? Like, seems like there's some fun story behind it.
I'm not really sure whether it's fun. I'm trying to learn Spanish. So now it's kind of like my boom for myself. So anything that Spanish is sounds cool to me. So Xoxzo was more of a kind of like serious kind of thing. I feel that might not be enough fun in there. But the LaLoka Lab tends to move away from that and, let your hair down a bit, have fun. It also tries to realize one of the things which I wanted to do after Xoxzo is to try other stuff that I find interesting. It doesn't have to make sense, but we'll just see where it goes.
As you already said, you do not believe much in new shiny stuff. So what kind of technology or what kind of domain you are interested in experimenting with at the LaLoka Labs? And, it doesn't have to be like DeFi or Web3 or something. What makes you interested in that? Is it the problems that you are solving?
Yes, the problems are the one that interests me. For example, now LaLoka Labs, we have already one product out, which is called Get OTP. It's actually based on one of the strongest use cases that we saw on Xoxzo and also customer feedback when they want to do authentication. We do all the generation and the authentication of the OTPs that were sent and then pass back to you, the authenticated end user. But the biggest thing, which actually I also wanted to solve, because we also have this issue, is putting out sort of like a warning sign or percentage on whether a particular number or particular email is fraudulent registration. It's important for businesses to register valid customers, their email addresses and also their phone numbers. Number one, obviously, you don't want people to try to use your service for bad stuff. It's important for businesses to get real customers because they will want to send out like all these marketing emails which affect their revenue in the end. So they want people who are really interested, not just wants to use it once. This is a problem I think a lot of businesses have, and Get OTP is trying to solve that. So we have this, I really hate to use this keyword now, but machine learning at the end. Right, so we have this. I don't know. I can't find a word which can explain it better. It's basically you take all this data and then you make comparisons. You take statistics out of it, and then you come to a conclusion. Okay, right. What is the probability of this? Right. So statistics, I guess. So we have that. The technology behind it is not really new or shiny. It's just HTTP, and then it's a lot of databases. A lot of statistics. You mix and match all these different data points, and then you decide, okay, you put weights to it. It's not that it's not that shiny or new, but it solves the problem. So I'm pretty happy with that. The other stuff I'm working on right now is on the property market, so real estate. It's interesting. I can't really understand it, how you actually put prices towards particular real estate. So I'm looking at all the public data that they have in Japan. So that's something that it still holds my interest after working on it for a few weeks now. So it looks good. Maybe I want to continue looking at what kind of value or problems that I can solve on that from my own perspective. Yeah. So those are the things that I'm working on. Nothing new stuff. It's just problems that I find interesting.
Actually, coming back again, tying back to the open source part of it. So of the two products that are listed on LaLoka's webpage, one is completely open source. And of the three values that I could find, it says one is being like an open source community. So with LaLoka, are you trying to focus more giving back to the community as compared to Xoxzo, maybe?
Obviously, we will try to give back as more than what we did last year. This is not only on a monetary basis, it's also participation. The new thing, though, which we want to also contribute in LaLoka Labs is towards the environment. So this is something which we've been putting off for a long time, and we all know what's going to happen. Maybe not in our lifetimes, but in our children's lifetime, definitely. The change is going to happen. I don't have any specific on how or when yet, but it is something that I've been talking to the team. Other than open source, Python specifically, also something with the environment, maybe.
That is very inspiring to hear, actually.